All bets are off. What they no longer doubt or question when it comes to you. You've shook the table, my friend. If this video finds you, you have completely eradicated the old timeline with old desires and old projections, and you've successfully rewritten, reclaimed everything that they tried to take away from your name. Laid out before you are 3 images that represent the 3 groups, where we are going to expand into the truths that need to find you. Select the image or images that most draw to you, and I will see you in those groups. If you subscribe to the channel, whether you have been subscribed or whether you subscribe to right here, right now, there is an extra special TAYliens message at the very end of certain pick a card readings, just for you for being a subscriber. Around here, if you hit subscribe, that's what we call a TAYlien. Welcome to the Tay gang. And if you're interested in booking a personal reading, that'll be the very first link in the description box down below. Head on over to my website, peruse the site. There might be some things there that you don't even know you might be interested in. The second link in the description box takes you over to Patreon, where there's additional content that you will not get here on the main channel. There's an additional pick a card every single week, plus a weekly check-in, and the tippy top tier gets to redeem a personal reading once a month on top of everything that I just listed. There's 3 different tiers. The first tier gets you access to the weekly pick a card. The second tier gives you access to the weekly pick a card and the weekly check-in. The third tier gives you access to everything we just mentioned, plus a monthly personal reading. If that's something that interests you, join us there. And if you'd like to support the channel for free skis, give this video a thumbs up, leave love in the comment section down below, hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to become a TAYlien. And if you would like to donate to the channel, there's a PO box as well as a virtual tip jar. Thank you in advance. Let's get into your groups. Group 1 that chose image number 1. Let's go ahead and see why all bets are off and what they no longer doubt or question about you. Okay, so, okay, wait, that just reminded me of a TikTok sound where she's like, okay, well, that's you, but as for me, I'm gonna turn up or something like that. And the initial message here, first of all, I was channeling something about celery or the color green or acceleration or go, like a green light. And it seems like you've already done something that you said you were going to do that most people didn't believe in, or I'm channeling specifically, they didn't reckon was possible. Okay? They didn't reckon was possible. This feels like you've achieved some sort of travel goal, or like you've finished a marathon. This is something kind of difficult or complicated, or like, to be extreme, climbing Mount Everest or something that you've done that is difficult or seems near impossible. You've trained up for it, or you've done it to make it seem like it's seemingly nothing. Yeah, the 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's as if they didn't believe that you could bear the burden of something, like we talked about climbing Mount Everest, or they didn't think that you could bear the burden of traveling to this place, or they didn't think you could bear the burden of starting a family, or they didn't think that you could bear the burden of owning your own business. They didn't think you could bear the burden of being single. They didn't think you could bear the burden of being married. They didn't think you could bear the burden of insert whatever it may be here. But you're literally already doing it. and you're doing it quite well, and you have received some sort of recognition, accolades, or compliments regarding whatever this is. This feels like the people that were there when you laid the first brick and thought you were insane. They didn't see the vision, but now it's become very clear. Let's get a dice roll. Whoa, one of them almost fell off of the desk. And I tell you, it's literally on the edge. And it's Neptune that's on the edge. Exactly. A dream that seems so far-fetched from reality. Taurus landing on top of the Three of Wands, but you were dedicated. You felt that you were worthy and capable, which led to the accomplishment. There's this message here, especially with the Five of Swords being the top of the pyramid in this layout. It has to do with not thinking that you were able to endure the difficulties, especially like when training for a marathon or getting ready to climb something really high. There's this message here where people thought that you wouldn't be able to endure the pain or the difficulties or the questions or even the compliments. Maybe some people even thought that maybe the compliments would be too overbearing. Like, let's say that you're into some sort of modeling or something and it was just too much attention, like it like quote unquote positive attention, but it was still too much. Also a message here too. Some people thought that this was you trying to compete with someone or for something. And when that person either dropped out or is no longer a part of the program, whatever it is, you still continue on. There's this message here that they didn't think that you would outlive something or someone, or you would expand beyond something or someone else. But now they see that you've got your eye on the prize and you're not who they once thought you to be. I'm channeling the word misunderstood. Whoever this is, whoever they are, they're literally saying that they most definitely misunderstood you and really didn't think that you could withstand the test of time. 555 when I happen to look up at the timer. This group here, the reason why all bets are off and why they no longer doubt or question you is because you've made some sort of significant change already to prove that you are dedicated, that you are explorative enough, that you are, insert whatever adjective here, enough, that you are enough, period. For some of you, there's something coming through here where it's like, we didn't see it coming because of who your maternal side of the family is, because of who your mother is, or because of how your father is or was, or how they turned out. They thought that you were far-fetched and dreaming a bit too big or a bit too loud. And now they feel foolish for thinking that. It sends them on their own quest, on their own journey of what do they believe in? What do they think is possible? What do they need to do more of? Also, big shoes to fill. This is someone also taking their hats off to you. A congratulations. Also, for some of you, this is the exact competition that you are beating out that's now taking their hats off to you and bowing down. What's been activated here? What do they no longer question or doubt activating for group one? We got several activations: emergence, integration, and coherence. Exactly. Your ability to identify as something or identify something that you want and then integrate it or become it in and express it in a way that is comprehensible for you and others that are experiencing it. Let's get one activation card though. Thank you. Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experience into our present to serve our highest purpose. Bottom of the deck is change. Hangman energy. There were doubts and questions surrounding upbringing and the possibility of tapping into this intellect. So the reason why they no longer question or doubt you is because you've already proven yourself in whatever way. You've already escaped the matrix at hand, if you will. You've already escaped some glass entrapment, enclosure. You've already escaped or won. There's level to this shiz. But you've already broken out of a glass enclosure. You broke the glass ceiling. And so now they have no other option but to believe because it's right here before their eyes. In whatever way, you have established your power in a way that they didn't even think you could get this far with. And so now they really just have no other choice than to believe and sit back, watch, and enjoy the show. Those that select image number 2, let's find out what they no longer doubt or question about you. Okay, immediately I was brought to like cooking skills or like books, spell books, cooking books, books that have instructions or recipes. Interesting. So far, every card has come out in the reverse. Okay. So, what they no longer doubt or question is your ability to get out of any situation because you've been in some tough situations, my friend. Could be financially or in terms of your identity. Not sure what that means exactly. Maybe for some of you, it's like literal identity that you had to redeem or gain again or get back or like reclaim a name. Maybe someone destroyed a family business and you had to come in and correct it or restructure things. Okay, so this is about escaping familial patterns. They no longer doubt or question your ability to escape familial patterns. You've gone rogue. But apparently, this is in the best way. You have refused to activate something, or you have refused to tap into something. You've broken up with some sort of tradition, whether this be a good tradition in some people's eyes or not. You've decided to go about something a different way. And it has to do with your internal world and logic and information. It's seeing your predecessors, your ancestors, those that come before you, seeing them go about things a particular way and deciding that you want a different lifestyle for yourself and moving accordingly. So you choose not to take that path or not to activate that path or that energy that they chose. For some of you, this has to do with accepting less or taking the road less traveled. For some of you, this has to do with abandoning something that may have been passed down to you. And for some of you, this is not a physical item, but a trait or a habit that you have rejected or cut ties with. Let's get a dice roll, shall we? Capricorn, seventh house, Jupiter. Yeah, you're building outside of the normal framework. For a lot of you, this has to do with marriage, relationships, or the reason for marrying or the reason for relationships. Or even branching out of the type that you were told or instructed to be with. Exploring outside of your comfort zone and those that came before you, their comfort zone. Excuse me. Whether this be because of the person's job, age, race, ethnicity. Did I say gender? Many different things. What they no longer doubt or question about group number two. Prosperity, which supports our feeling of well being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. Okay. So, this is ultimately you accepting whatever sets your soul free or on fire, despite who doesn't like it or despite who doesn't understand it or despite whatever, like your family doesn't believe in being single, but that's what makes you feel the best. That's what you're doing. Yes. Okay. So this is about what they no longer question or doubt is what you will do for your mental health, for your benefit, for your peace. You'll even endure some sort of difficulty that those that come before you couldn't bear, if that means that you find a different form of peace. What they no longer doubt or question is your method, your way, your tactics, or your routine, because obviously it's working. Just because it's a new concept or a foreign concept doesn't mean that it doesn't work. They no longer question or doubt if it's working, whatever that means. There's something here that the people around you may have doubted, but they're looking around and they're seeing that it's healthy for you, it's working for you, it's crowning you, it's boosting you, it's giving you a head start, a leg up, or a new start. And quite frankly, it's kind of like the proof is in the pudding. What more could you really ask for? I'm also channeling a message here from someone who's saying, I'm sorry I didn't know. This could be about something that you experienced in childhood or something that's, I don't know. There's someone here apologizing for what they didn't know. Um, or for what they couldn't see, or for what they didn't feel, or for what they didn't acknowledge, or for what they didn't allow, or for what they tried to stop. It feels like they made something more difficult than it needed to be. Yeah, there's something that you wanted to start or you wanted to experience or something like that. And someone purposely like went out of their way to be complicated or tried to downplay you or make you feel like you're not good enough or something. But what they no longer doubt or question is that you can't be stopped and that you come out or come back pushing 10 times as hard. Someone tried to use like mind games or mental abuse with you, not realizing that you came with no weapons, no bad intentions, no harm whatsoever. And now I'm channeling that they're just going to have to live with that. Image number 3. Let's see what they no longer question or doubt about you. Why are all bets off? Considering group number 3. I'm seeing the lower chakras, but most specifically the sacral chakra. Lots of, and solar plexus chakra. Lots of fire here. Okay, so what they no longer doubt or question is your gut, your instinct, your path, your direction. If you say to go a certain way, let's just do what group number 3 says to do because they've proven themselves more than enough times, time and time and time again. The proof is in the pudding. Like, how many times do you need to see a result before you just trust it? What they no longer question or doubt is if your heart is in the right place. Um, Something about like your wings, like your innocence. Something they no longer question or doubt is your innocence. Hmm. Someone tried to make something more complicated or difficult than it needed to be because they thought or assumed the worst of you. They thought that you would be like everyone else. And then there's this vibe here where it's like, how stupid could you be to even assume that of group number three? They show up so differently, and yet you still try to play them as if they were the same. That says nothing about them and everything about you. This is someone speaking to this person, or these people, or these energies for you. What they no longer doubt or question is that, like, you are the one, or you have the answer, or you have the solutions. There's something here about, like, you being X that marks the spot, and the X was on you, yet someone doubted it. I'm channeling that song Pretty Wings by Maxwell. Yeah, this is no longer doubting or questioning your grace, your empathy, your love, your innocence, your ideas, your intentions, your words, your thoughts, your curiosities. Dice roll. Ninth house, Jupiter, Taurus. Insurance. I don't know why I'm hearing Allstate. Are you in good hands? They no longer question your nurturance. Again, it's like, I don't know why, but they doubted your intentions, or they thought that you were resentful. I'm channeling the word micro, maybe even microaggressions. Mm-hmm. Okay, especially those of you that wear, like, certain stereotypes could come into play here. And what they no longer question or doubt is that their stereotypes of you were completely wrong. Yeah, root chakra, because of who you are, your identity. Someone judged you based on your identity because of where you come from. They thought that they knew you. They thought that they could see where you were going, or see what your intentions were, or see your devil horns. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Yeah, there's a very doubtful energy here. Well, there was. Let's rephrase that. There was a very doubtful energy here. But where there was once doubt, there is now curiosity, especially about your startup, or where you come from, or your reasoning, or your intentions, or what inspires you, or your beliefs regarding love. I don't know why I'm channeling expanding your network. Yeah. Someone really projected the worst onto you. They may have even tried to, like, treat you as if you're, like, disease ridden or something, whatever that may mean. When really you're just light years ahead. when really you have no bounds. You're free as a bird, or like I'm seeing a horse gallivanting through the lands, you know. This is coming from the perspective of someone who's just really strict, you know, very strict, harsh, and judgmental, and assuming the worst of people in a particular group, even if it's not about how you look. Maybe it's like the places in which you frequent, like, oh, anyone that goes to Ninth Street, blah, 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 is this and is that. And it's just like to assume such a thing. What is that word? Behoove? Behoove. Behoove. It being appropriate or suitable. Yeah, like someone saying it behooves me. It is right, proper, necessary, or in my best interest to do something. So it's the complete opposite. Like it wouldn't be, how do you say that? Like it wouldn't be behoove me or something like that, but the behoove, I don't know. But there's something there where it's like it wouldn't be in your best interest to move in this way. Someone had a framework that you fit into, that they built around you because of what you look like or where you frequent or anything like this. And they're realizing it would behoove of them to rework their mind frame, and your existence alone prove that to them. Aliens. I don't know why I'm getting something about this line of work. Something's going to be working itself out for you or planning itself out for you. Uh-huh. Fuck. Your power is showing up in a way that makes it very clear that you belong in a particular line of work, that you belong somewhere. Yeah, that you can't be touched. Yeah, that you're like in a league of your own, a world of your own. Whoa. That you're committed. That you were made for this. The dice literally fell in a straight line. Sun, ninth house, Pisces. Yeah, you were made to take this shit up, up, and beyond, up, and away. You were made for this. You have more than what it takes. Allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. There's a fearlessness and this energy of you saying yes that's about to grant you access to something. It's about to make something easier for you. Your openness is about to make something easier for you. A new start is coming. South node in the reverse. An opportunity is not going to pass you by. Even if it did in the past, it's not anymore because now you're in the proper energy. The time is now. You're allowing something to be now. This is a season of miracles. Look at that. Adjustments are required, but it comes out in the reverse. You are in the perfect position to receive something, or the perfect position to make something clear, or something like that. New moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. Uranus, Leo, complexity. Could have to do with you being okay with being misunderstood. Like you're in the perfect position. I don't know, like if you're in a position and you're being misunderstood, I think that being misunderstood really grinded your gears at one point in time, and now you can fully embody or fully bear it. You can bear it. You can use it to your advantage. You have learned how to I learned working with the negatives can make for better pictures. I learned Hennessy and enemies is one hell of a mixture, even though it's, girl, I'm still in with you down. It's the fall. It's time for me to revisit the past. Is that hell yeah fucking right? 10th house reputation. I can't make this up. Interviews are like confessions. Get the fuck about my dressing room, confusing me with questions like, do you love this? Are you high right now? Do you ever get nervous? Are you single? I heard you, girl, is that true? You getting money? You think that you is with you? And I say, hell yeah. Yeah, that's HYFR. I think that's Drake and Lil Wayne. But I learned working with the negatives can make for better pictures. You have mastered that. And that's how we know that you're made for a particular position in life. 429 is a significant number. You'll be seeing that number or a combination of numbers like that. But I learned working with the negatives can make for better pictures. You have mastered working with the negatives. Because before, the negatives used to make you feel like, oh, that means that I need to change myself. I need to adjust myself. No, you're allowing the negatives and working with them. Period.